When I first posted this video, I realized that I did not put a disclaimer in the beginning, and I want to make sure I get this right. That's why I took the video down and reposted the video again. This is the disclaimer. This video is about the difference between the US and UK trial beyond what's already been reported widely in the media. For example, I'm not talking here about Amber Heard not being a party in the UK. You know that if you've been following the media. Also, I'm not talking about the burden of proofs, the difference between that. I'm not talking about the hearsay evidence as well. What I really want to focus on in this video is to focus on the details that might have been missed out there and not analyzed unless you really read the 129 pages and watch the 6-week trial. Second, even though I recognize the conflict of interest and the bias that the UK judge had in rendering his opinion against Johnny Depp in the UK trial, I really want to focus this video on the legal analysis as to the evidence that came in and did not come in both of the trials. The reason is because I really want to focus on just what's in the written opinion and also as to what we've watched in the 6-week trial. That way you can talk about not just what's been widely reported, also so that you can talk about things that might not have been obvious to a lot of people, and you can talk about something new to them and a more in-depth analysis of both of the trials. So hopefully you like this video and let me know what you think in the comment below. So let's go ahead and check it out. Hi there! Today in this video, I'm going to talk about the difference between the UK trial and the US trial, why Johnny Depp lost in the UK trial, and why he won in the US trial. As you know, a lot of people are comparing both trials. That's why I read the 129 pages of UK decisions so that I can provide you with a well-informed analysis as to the difference between the two. I also covered the 6-week trial here in the US as a legal analyst for law and crime. So I think to be able to fully compare both trials, you have to read the 129 opinion in the UK and watch the 6-week trial. I've done both, and so here is my take about that, so stay tuned. Hi there, my name is Catherine. I'm a lawyer and I also think differently. The first difference between the UK trial and the US trial is the amount of evidence between the two trials. To give you the best perspective, the UK trial took 16 days total, 14 days of presenting evidence and 2 days of closing arguments, as opposed to the US trial that took 24 days total. That is 23 days of presenting evidence and 1 day of closing arguments. As you can see, with the big difference of time that it took for both trials, 16 days in UK and 24 days for the US, the evidence in the US trial is overwhelming because they had more time to present evidence. That fact alone, the difference with the length of time of their trials, that should give you a big indication that the US trial had more evidence than the UK trial. Hence, the jury here in the US trial were able to hear and see and just digest more evidence than the judge in the UK trial. The second difference between the UK and the US trial is this. The UK judge put a lot of weight into the fact that Johnny Depp consumed alcohol and drugs. Throughout the 129 opinion that the UK judge wrote, you can see that that's a theme in his opinion, that Johnny Depp's credibility was significantly affected by his consumption of alcohol and drugs. In several parts of his opinion, the UK judge noted that his consumption of alcohol and drugs does not eliminate the possibility that Johnny Depp acted violently against Amber Heard and that Johnny Depp could not remember afterwards what happened because of his consumption of alcohol and drugs. The third difference between the UK and the US trial, and I think this is critical, has to do with Amber Heard's credibility. Specifically, the judge in the UK believed Amber Heard and felt that she was credible. I mentioned this in my other legal commentaries in the media, such as Law and Crime, where I mentioned that Amber Heard lost in the US trial the moment she stepped off the stand. She already lost because her credibility while she was on the stand during that several days have been significantly questioned. In contrast, I've also mentioned in Law and Crime that once Johnny Depp stepped off the stand, he already won the court of public opinion. So here in the US, the credibility between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were significantly different compared to the credibility that was presented to them at the UK trial. You're probably asking yourself, why is Amber Heard different in the UK compared to the US trial? The reason is because of this rule of law in UK called full disclosure. What that means is that if you're a party to a case, you are by law in UK required to disclose fully a lot of information that you would not otherwise disclose if you're not a party to the case. And as most of us know, that in the UK trial, Johnny Depp sued The Sun, which is a magazine in UK, and Johnny Depp did not sue Amber Heard directly. The reason for that too is Amber Heard did not write the article in The Sun, so Johnny Depp could not really sue Amber Heard. As opposed to here in the US, Amber Heard was the one who wrote the op-ed Washington Post article. That's why Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard directly here. So if Amber Heard was not required to fully disclose everything in the UK trial, what information or evidence did the UK judge not have in ruling against Johnny Depp? Answer is a lot. As we mentioned, the difference with the time frame of the trial itself gives you an indication of how much more evidence there is here in the US compared to the UK trial. For example, information as to metadata of the photographs that Amber Heard produced at the trial here were not available in UK. Of course, that's not available here too because there have been issues that Amber Heard did not produce sufficient forensic evidence for her photos, but we have more expert testimony here contradicting the metadata information. Another significant difference between the lack of evidence in UK is relating to Amber Heard's claim that she was sexually abused by Johnny Depp. Sexual abuse allegation was not presented in the UK, and the only focus there was the physical abuse of Johnny Depp against Amber Heard. I think that Amber Heard's credibility was significantly damaged by her testimony about the alleged sexual abuse of Johnny Depp against her. That's because when she was on the stand, she testified to these sexual abuse that were just so over the top to the point where you cannot possibly believe her. Since she was not able to present that and testify that to the judge in the UK trial, the judge was not able to evaluate that. I wonder what the judge would say if he heard what Amber Heard testified to here as to those alleged sexual abuse. A third missing evidence, and this is again very important, it seems like everything is important. The third evidence that's missing in the UK trial that was here in the US trial are the rebuttal witnesses. Remember the rebuttal witnesses here in the US? They were the guys and gals with the white hats that came forward without being asked and actually reached out to Johnny Depp's lawyer because they wanted to present the truth. They had no bias and they could even be sued for coming forward. I'm talking about Kate Moss, Morgan Knight, and Morgan Tremaine, and other rebuttal witnesses that we heard on the stand, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Fourth reason why the judge in UK believed Amber Heard's credibility more than Johnny Depp is because the judge noted that Amber Heard is not a gold digger because she actually donated the $7 million to charity instead of taking that for herself during the divorce settlement. But now we know in the US, after all of the testimony and evidence presented, that Amber Heard actually did not donate that amount to the charity that she pledged or donated, whichever one she chose to use. But remember how there was that big testimony and issue whether she pledged or donated? So the judge in the UK actually believed Amber Heard that she donated that amount to charity, so Johnny Depp cannot possibly argue that she's just trying to get a payout for him. That's why she's making all of this allegations of physical abuse and domestic violence against him. So those are the three reasons or themes that I saw when I was reading the UK opinion as to the big differences between the UK and the US trial. To sum it up, one, the amount of trial length. Two, that the UK judge actually put more weight on Johnny Depp's alcohol and substance abuse. And three, that the UK judge believed Amber Heard was credible. There are certain things that I wanted to point out that stood out for me when I was reading the opinion from the UK court. One is the judge actually took Johnny Depp's text messages literally. Remember how Raddenborn's closing argument, he presented so many text messages in front of the jury and said, this proves who Johnny Depp is and what kind of person he is. But Johnny Depp testified on the stand that he has a certain mode of way in terms of texting, and that most of his text messages are metaphorical. So that, for example, when he used one of his text messages to burn Amber Heard, he didn't literally mean burn her. He was referring to a literature that he and the other person were well aware of. And so in the UK, the judge took those text messages literally. A second thing that stood out for me when I was reading the UK opinion is that the judge did not believe that Johnny Depp would retreat to a bathroom or sleep in a bathroom to get away from Amber Heard. When Johnny Depp testified on the stand, we heard him trying to retreat and move from bathroom to bathroom so that Amber Heard would just leave him alone. We also heard testimony from his security guards and friends who would say the same thing. But the judge in the UK did not think that Johnny Depp would do such a thing. I wonder why was that? Maybe the judge didn't think that a man could be abused by a woman, or maybe the judge didn't think that it would be appropriate for a man to retreat to a bathroom when he's being physically abused and verbally abused by a woman. I don't know, and perhaps we won't know. I could not glean any information in the UK opinion as to why he didn't believe that Johnny Depp would actually retreat to the bathroom to get away from Amber Heard. Another thing that I thought was interesting is that Amber Heard's arrest for domestic violence in Seattle in 2019, the judge in the UK said that it does not really bear a lot for his decision and Amber Heard's credibility. The judge noted that there was no conviction. Okay, I get that. I agree. Arrest versus conviction, there's a big difference about that. But he also noted that Amber Heard tried to get her domestic violence arrest record deleted from the system, and he put weight in that. And third, the judge noted that Amber Heard's former partner, Tasha Van Ray, was still supportive of Amber Heard at the UK trial. But here in US, we saw a rebuttal witness.
Are you familiar with the defendant in this matter, Amber Heard?
Yes, I am.
And how are you familiar with her?
I met her in 2009 at SeaTac International Airport. I worked there.
What happened when you met Ms. Heard in 2009?
I was in the baggage claim area, and I observed her with a traveling companion, and they got into an altercation where Ms. Heard had grabbed her traveling companion and pulled something from her neck. At that point, I got up and went over to try to break up what appeared to be a fight. And I summoned a colleague to help me, and I stepped in between them and separated them, stopping any further injuries or escalation.
One final thought about the UK trial. Elaine Bredehoff, who, as you know, is Amber Heard's lawyer, she actually went on TV interviews after the verdict and commented that in UK there was a piece of evidence that did not come in here in the US, and she specifically mentioned a text message by one of Johnny Depp's assistant to Amber Heard saying that when I told Johnny Depp that he kicked you, Johnny Depp cried. So I tried to look for that in the UK opinion, and this is what I found. I found in the UK opinion that Stephen Duders was the one who sent a text message to Amber Heard where he supposedly texted that when he mentioned to Johnny Depp that he kicked you, that he cried. But in the UK trial as well, Stephen Duders mentioned to and testified that he said that not because Johnny Depp literally kicked Amber Heard, but because he was told by Johnny Depp to just say whatever it is to appease Amber Heard at that time, which is what they would usually do. But the judge did not believe Duders. The judge believed that because Duders worked for Johnny Depp and Duders was and is a big fan of Johnny Depp, that he was biased and he lacked the credibility regarding that text message. So that's my opinion as to the difference between the UK trial and the US trial. There are many more other details that you can pick and choose as to the difference between the two, of course, because there are just so many evidence presented in both. But if you want to read the UK opinion, I'll put the link in the description below so you can read that and check that out. My my final word is this. If you are criticizing the US verdict and comparing it to the UK trial because Johnny Depp lost in the UK and somehow won here in the US, and you're thinking that, go ahead and read the 129 opinion in the UK and watch the 6-week trial. That way, you have a well-informed and educated comment as to why Johnny Depp won here in the United States. If you don't have time to do that, or you can't do that, it's probably best not to criticize the US judicial system and the jury here as to why they came up with that overwhelming verdict for Johnny Depp. Just my thought. If you learned something new from this video, please go ahead and click subscribe. If you're new to my channel or have seen my other video, you know that my son created this for me because he supports my YouTube video and he absolutely loves seeing his artwork when I have my YouTube video. So please go ahead and click subscribe. That's the red button down there. And if you have any other questions or comments that you'd like me to answer and address, whether it's related to Johnny Depp or something else altogether in the legal field, please go ahead and post that comment below. Thank you so much and have a nice day.